It worked so nicely that I had to do it twice. This is something that is totally awesome and almost freely available using ChatGPT. It's a way for you to multiply the amount of money that can be made by you through the usage of AI, of course, but most specifically, turn one product into multiple products. In previous installments of our content, we were showcasing how quickly and effectively and easily you can make an application nowadays using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a web view and make it DOM compatible so that no matter what device it's on, no matter what platform it's on, you can operate it and turn it into an APK, and it will have all of the functionality of either a web based application or an Android based application. Well, we found a way to even more, um, to squeeze more money out of the situation. Welcome to Note to Self, a show where we use AI tools to expedite the online money making process. I am your host, Sean, constantly cranking out videos and so grateful for the 70 of you who have already subscribed. But you who were looking for this content for so long, I'm here for you because I want you to be able to make some money online finally. All right. But at the same time, I want you to be able to make it in a way that doesn't um, doesn't get in the way, if you will, right? Working the 9 to 5 is hard. The 2 to 10, the 7 to 11, etc. Right? These things are hard and tiring and gruesome. So if you're going to get out of it, you need a product. And I could have you sell my products. I actually, since I have connected this to Gumroad, you can actually join their affiliate program. And if you believe there is someone you know that can actually utilize what I have available, if you have platforms that you can release content to, then you can use, you know, you can use my apps in order to, affiliate market them, right? But it's to me, it's easier and it's better if you have your own product. So in today's video, we're going to advance one of my products that's actually going to be in my course. And listen, I got inspired to make this not only because of um not only because I'm just interested in so many different things, but also because I currently have a book known as the Project Finisher. It allows you to take your projects and organize them in a more succinct way using the visual capabilities of the one and only Chat GPT. All right. And from there, because I've always been visual, and I realized that. So I developed that book in order to actually assist me in my game development endeavors. But at the same time, elements within said book also work outside of game development. So grab that. Link is in the description. And let's get into today's topic. What is or how is it that you can turn your old application and all of its source code into something as beautiful as what I have on the rightmost part of the screen? This is Prompt Forge. All right. I gave you a detailed video of how Prompt Forge was created. It's a prompt builder and template engine, and I currently have it listed on Gumroad for $25. Within this product on Gumroad, you can you'll be informed of how to manipulate it to your liking. There's so many things included. You have the full HTML source code, the CSS styling system, the JavaScript logic, the dynamic placeholder detection engine, the responsive mobile layout, and so many more things. So head over there. The file size is, as you can see, only 2.08 megabytes right now. 2.08. So head over there, either grab the product or become a uh, affiliate for Gumroad so that you can get kickbacks on selling the product. But how was I able to finally list it here on Gumroad? Well, that is because of a little project I went into with Chat GPT. And again, the project worked so nicely. It was so nice I had to do it twice. All right. So we're going to get right into it. Like I said, you should watch my previous video that showcases how to create applications using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and AI assistants. In that video, we actually used DeepSeek to make the bulk of what we got for Prompt Forge. Simply because to me, DeepSeek has the better styling, um, whereas ChatGPT, although it when it comes to trying to create something for you, it creates a very basic version of it, a very base model. It Nothing that it creates for me has ever been ready for public eye. All right. And so what I did here was I took that code from PromptForge. I have it listed on my Google site because that's what I'm going to be presenting during the course. This course is not ready yet, but I got tired of trying to figure out how I was going to get it ready, how I was going to shoot the video, where was I going to shoot the videos for all of the modules within, and also what accompanied text I was going to use. Like, how was I going to give you guys forms and worksheets to use? Um, so I'm not done that course yet. I'm still working on it. But in the meantime, I still want to make money from my work, right? I still want to offer something that people can utilize in the here and now. And so I figured if the project that I have, if the content that I have, if the apps that I have truly work, they can also serve as a basic template for individuals trying to make their very first applications, trying to make their very first product that they can hurry up and release online. And so this is why we are here today. So I went to Chat GPT, and I always do give it um, long-winded, uh, what's the word? Prompts, I guess. But that prompt is just me talking to the AI. So I'm going to say this again. I am probably going to have prompts linked in my description. I'm probably going to have prompts um, in the top pin most comments for you to simply copy and paste because that would be a little bit faster. Okay. However, when it comes to my AI, when it comes to any AI I use, I speak to the AI. All right. So this is what I said to the AI to get the outcome of what you see right here. Okay. And I'll tell you what you see right here in a moment if you haven't read it already. Okay. But it says it understood or it understands. But at this time, I understood that it did not understand. And this is why I had to speak to it again because there was I had an issue with it creating a tier list specifically here. To me, having a tier list means that it didn't understand. So the AI tried to give me a tier list basically breaking up all of the information into these differing tiers and raising the price accordingly, which is not what I want, especially because right here where it says prompts, I really don't want to sell prompts. Prompts are just words, are just it's just a phrase, it's just a paragraph of text. What prompts do not guarantee that you're going to get the same results that I have. So to me, it doesn't make sense to sell prompts. Um, I just think it's a little unethical, to be honest with you. But that's neither here nor there. So I refactored the information in a way that the AI could better understand what I was trying to get at. I did inform it that prompts can't sell or won't sell or don't sell. And if they do sell, it's not going to be by me. Um, so after getting all of that clarification, I then went to my Google site to give it the uh, source code for Prompt Forge, which is right here. And it began instructing or talking about what Prompt Forge looked like, what should be in it, what this ultimately should look like, resulting in. But after I clarified, I said, "Hey, I just need an image," and this is what it gave me. So this is what you're looking at right here on my right, on our right. It is Prompt Forge, a prompt builder, and this is the guide to usage of Prompt Forge, and more specifically, not usage um, from a user's perspective, but usage from a creator's perspective. All right. Um, so here it shows you the placeholder syntax, where this information is, or how you'll be finding this information in the actual application, or in the actual application. This is what you're going to be looking for. It tells you how it works in 3 simple steps: insert your template, fill in details, generate final prompt. Very simple. Example templates include, so example templates that's already there include the application development, the creative writer, the technical assistant, the market strategist, the educational coach, and the business analyst. But as we all know from the last video, I have made it so that you can add your own. You can add your own to this list, this lineup, so that you can create new prompts very quickly and effectively. We have key features and so many other things. So when it comes to Prompt Forge, I've placed it on the Gumroad site for $25, right? And the reason why I also placed it on $25, besides the fact that we need to make the moolah to cheddar the greenbacks, the Sacagaweas, the Benjamin Franklins, the Washingtons, the Lincolns. You know who Lincoln is, right? I don't know if we can make Lincolns anymore. I don't think we're allowed to use pennies in America anymore, where they're getting rid of them. But we want to make that money. Okay. And so, besides the fact that I wanted to make the money, I think it is important to legitimize what it is that you are creating by getting it to the public and getting some feedback on, um, on what's going on. And so, what I did, I needed to do this to, like I said, legitimize what it is that I'm already working on. Okay. So on here I have this listed as $25. When I create my next page, I'm going to list that as $25, right? So with both of these items listed as $25, when I uh bring out the course, when I create the course, when I've completed the course, then the course's price kind of sort of can also be um relatively high. All right. I'm probably going to price the course at $97 or $100 or something like that. I may go as low as $67. Um, Maybe do a sale and see how that goes. But if individuals ever see this page as well as the other page, then they will understand, or they that can help justify the pricing model. All right. So that's really why you would want to create an application, create a guide to how that application works and how it could be changed and manipulated and enhanced and improved. And so now you can either sell and list your application. Like I can list the application on Gumroad. I could have listed it just by itself so that people can download it to their phone. And actually, I probably should or could do another listing that includes the APK version of the application. Or I might add the APK version of the application to this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So that people, if they want to just use the application, they can purchase it here. Or if they want to learn from the application, they can still purchase it here, right? So, what was I going to say? But I can do that for all of the applications, giving individuals a way to actually pay for my application one time and use it to their heart's content. Okay. As we all know, though, I feel like my application isn't fully production ready, but I thought that it could definitely be a learning experience, or I think it could be a learning experience for all of us involved. Now, we have Prompt Forge here, but again, this worked so well and so nice, I had to do it twice. And so the next thing that I did it for, or the next item that I did it for on the list was actually, or is actually, the priority matrix. So if we scroll down here, we see its first version of the guide, but this is because ChatGPT was trying to work too well. And so it was trying to do it in a one-stop shop right here. Um, and it made this, but to me this doesn't house enough information. I am going to use this logo page, or this on Gumroad, so I am going to use this. I'm potentially going to use this as well. But what I needed was this guide that it made here. Okay. This guide that it made here was crucial. Um However, I don't think this guide houses oh, it does house information on the source code right here. Okay. Um so I'm going to have to use this guide. So I'm going to show you how you can create a listing like this on Gumroad. So we're already in Gumroad. Let's see what this plus button does. Okay, cool. So we're going to go to my list of products. Oh, you can add more products to the page? That is odd. That's very odd. Okay. So let me go to Gumroad again. Let me go to my dashboard. All right. And I can't really use all these buttons anymore. So I got to spread it out to get to my actual buttons here. So now we want to create a new product. So as you can see, I have Prompt Forge here. I have my digital product engine. I don't really like that page. I'm going to have to fix that. But now if we come here, we can do new product. So what I'm going to do here is going to be priority. Okay, that's what I'm going to call it for right now. So we go to the price again, just 25, and boom, we hit the custom add button. All right, and then we ask for a description, so we can actually head to ChatGPT, relatively simple, relatively easily, and we say, yeah, okay, cool. What we have available here works. So I need some written text now. The written text is going to have to be a description for this priority matrix, what its name or title is going to be besides priority matrix. Right now, I have AI SaaS app template, but I'm not sure if that will suffice, especially when it's going to come to people searching, on Gumroad or other places. Um, After that, I also need a summary within there. Okay, and maybe any additional details that might be found important on Gumroad or within Gumroad. So, like I said, as you can see, I'm not using any special prompt. It's giving me a list of names as it should or as it could. SaaS productivity app template. Ooh, productivity app that could work. Task ranking and productivity SaaS starter. I like that. Smart task priority app. So I'm going to potentially list the product multiple times. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do, just so that um and I think what I'm also going to do is set it up to where I change the color. Because I know people actually shop sometimes just for colored things. So I think I'm going to make a priority matrix that's probably like pink and yellow and something, for the ladies or something like that. So, smart task priority app source code, etc. So let me grab this priority summary. Short version inspired. Could that work? Let me see. So let me get this paste here. Yeah, because the last summary it gave me was lengthy, very lengthy. So I have that placed there. Let's see. It's hard for me to read sometimes because of my setup. So let me see. Those are different searchable names potentially. Product description, definitely need that. So let's take and yoink that here. Yoink. All right. And take it all the way down. Oh, man. Make sure I get this just right. Copy. Head over here and we go straight up to, we're just going straight into the description. All right. Boom. Okay. So all of that is key. All of that is interesting. I would suggest reading it over if you could, if you would, if you should. And do understand that by having this whole Gumroad page, right? Um, or just using Gumroad, it also allows you to do so many more things. Right now, a lot of people are having issues when it comes to all of the platforms. All of the platforms, like the Google Play Store, like other stores, just in general, are having issues with paying customers on time. That is the developers, right? Paying the developers on time. They're also having issues with uh, developers not even being able to really get their apps up because of all these new rules and regulations they're pushing up. And by having a Gumroad, you have a place where you don't have to deal with all of those issues. For discoverability, you're not going to get discovered initially until you start having a few sales from your your applications, or your, what is it, your, excuse me, your applications or your books or your pictures or your um MP3s, or like you can list so many things here on Gumroad. Um so I would suggest doing it. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking instead of hosting my sound bites, hosting my podcast on uh Spotify, maybe I should host a podcast on Gumroad and have people pay $1 for like a series of podcasts. So now that we have the description, and now that we have our summary, what I want to do is I want to have the cover and the thumbnail. I wasn't able to get the thumbnail properly last time, so we'll see what we can do here. But what I would like to do is I'm going to take and look at this, and we're going to take and look at this. See if I could bring this up. All right, and from there, I'm going to open the file in here, close this, and then bring up the others. Um, so let me first change the view to extra large icons and see if I can. Yes, I can see them. All right, so that one, two, no, 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 no. Keep going, keep going. Is this it? What is this, priority matrix? So I need the very first one. Yep, this one. So I'm going to open this one. All right. And we're going to list this one as content. All right. So let me close that manager really briefly. And we're going to take and use the snippet tool to get these images from ChatGPT. Okay, ChatGPT did this for me. So we do have to do a little bit of work. So that's what we're going to do. So let me find my snip tool. Here it is. And this part here is going to be my cover, this part right here. So let me see. This says mode. Do I have freeform snip, rectangular snip, window snip? Let me see that freeform snip. Let's try that. Oh, ew, that's nasty. I don't ever want to do that again. Let's do a new one. Okay. So we're going to take it here and just grab. I try to keep out the white part. All right, this is good. So now we're going to file, save as, and I'm going to save it as this capture JPEG because that's what its name is. I don't feel like changing its name every time. So I'm just going to override the one that's already there. Next, I'm going to go to my cover here, upload file from the computer, and select the one that's on my desktop that says capture. Boom. That should pop right on up. See that? Okay. So then I'm going to scroll down, and like I said, it needs me to upload a thumbnail. Thumbnail needs to be 600 by 600 pixels. So I think I'm going to have to make that in something like PixArt and upload it later. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because when I use the snippet tool this way, it didn't work. So if I say new, if I go to highlight my priority matrix like this, and then go to file, and again I'm going to do the same thing, save as, capture, override that, go back into upload. There's something about this that's not 600 pixels. See, image must be a square. I think I think this is. Let me see if I could edit it. So that's a pen. Let's see tools, pen. Yeah, I'm not seeing a, and it is more rectangular than square, so I could see where it might be getting at with that. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep fighting with that. I'm gonna worry about that later. All right. So we have our image, we have the summary, and any additional details. So I did ask it to give me some additional details. So let's see what it has. Once what's included. So I guess this here, maybe I can. I'm going to add that to. I think I want to add that to the summary. To be honest with you, so I'm going to go to the summary, go all the way to the end. Space it out a little. All right. So that's there. It says invite your Gumroad community. Invite customers to a Circle community or Discord server. Okay, cool. Um, so additionally, again, maybe I'll reiterate what's included. Okay. Um, we'll add tech stack features. What is perfect for, right? So we'll add that. So where is that line? Here we go. All right, let's check what else we could add. It says, oh, and then it has suggested tags. So it doesn't have um, anything else. So now I go, let me see, offer. Yeah, so now I'm going to go to the next page. I think this is more than enough. Not as much information as I placed on Prompt Forge, but not everything needs to be lengthy. They're not going to read everything. So next is your content. This is going to be the actual product that you're uploading, right, or creating, right? So let me bring back up that um this this is what I'm going to be uploading. So let me see if it'll just let me place it here. No, no, it won't. So let's go close that, and let's go back here and let's upload it. So let's find the upload button. There we go. And you want existing product files or computer files. So we're going to go to for a computer file. And I'm going to go in that capture that I just had and open that up. Boom. And now that's my basic product on the screen, right? Within. Um on my other product listing, they allowed me to title the name of the page. Oh, and I guess that's because I need to add a page. Or I added a page. But here, oh, I could have just put the source code here. Interesting. Okay. Let me see if I can rename the file. Yeah. So we're going to rename the file to. Oh no. Undo. Okay. I thought I was renaming the file. There we go. And we're going to name it to prior. All right. So that's what we're going to name that. I can again add a description, but I'm going to say something like this guides you through making something like that. Okay. So that is that. Now, I think I could still, so I'm going to add another page. Hmm. So I guess I got to name this one. Something like that. Okay. And so here is where I'm going to take and drop in the source code. Now I've already copied and pasted things before, so I gotta go find my image, my product right now. So we'll try this one. And this is just where I like to save my code, um, so that I can have access to it no matter where I am. Paste that there. Boom, the source code is there. So now what I can write here, rename of course to source code, so that people can simply copy and paste it and adjust it to their liking. All right. So now that we have that, if we hit publish and save or publish and continue, because I'm only selling these two things, the guide and the source code. Like I said, I'm going to add the application later. However, if anyone wants to try out the code, they can simply head to something like CodePen, um, One Click Compiler, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. These different places will allow you to create. But look, here's what we had. Let me see. Boom. I click preview, and now priority matrix is linked. This is not the highest quality, so I definitely need to work on that. Um, so I got to figure out how to fix that. I think I could fix it on my phone. Maybe go into something like PixArt and enhance it, because you can really see the color being tripped up here. Yeah, on each of the screens. This definitely does not look as good as my other one. In comparison, let's see. Let's go back to my products. Let's go back to this one. Yeah, this looks a bit better. Still blurred, still a little scratched up. So I definitely need to enhance the pixel count on these things. But if we go home, I wonder, do I have a page? I gotta look at the whole page. That would be nice. Um, Workflows. What's a workflow? Workflows allow you to send, schedule emails in subset to your audience. Oh, I'm definitely going to start using that. Um, that sounds swell. Okay, so products and home. Yeah, so I need to We need a page. Definitely need a page with most of our products on there. But so far, so good, right? This is my note to self account. It says we can look at our profile. This is what my profile looks like. What? Hey, there we go. There we go. This is better. This is better. So we're gonna place some more products up there and see how that goes. But yeah, now we have a product page. But you can see how easy it is to do all of this, and hopefully you guys start to take some initiative and get what you need out of life, guys. Get what you need out of life by creating using AI. There's no harm, no foul in. Ooh, I can wait. I can change the highlight color. Oh yeah, give me Oh no, that's horrible. That's horrible. Um, maybe that green might work. Um, I don't know. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Nope, 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 nope. No, no, no. I'll figure out what to change that to. But but yeah, now we have the product listed. So now what we need to do is we're going to begin marketing the product. So I'll be showing you guys how to do that later on. But let me get on out of here and get ready for work. This It's been lovely hanging out with you guys, hanging out with you specifically, especially newcomers to the channel. I'm hoping I have not bored you too drastically. I'm hoping that you actually use what you've seen here today in order to be able to relieve yourself of the prototypical 9 to 5. Let's really talk about what you've seen here today. Today, you've seen me take an old file, an old text document, an old application in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You've seen me take and turn that into a guide. And after turning it into a guide, you've seen me use ChatGPT to create the listing on Gumroad. Do you think that what I've done is super difficult? No. And through Gumroad and through ChatGPT, you can also do the same. Now, remember, here on Note to Self, we are all about making the money. And I honestly don't believe that one income stream and one um, application or one product is going to really help you or guarantee that you will be able to make money online. But I do believe that having uh, a course, having a few applications, having a book, having content online that people can access, having a podcast, having whatever you can create online that people you can get the people to care about. I do believe that having these things are ultimately going to allow you to be able to free yourself from the monotony that is the 9 to 5 grind. And so on our channel, we show you how to do all that and more. I greatly appreciate you stopping by Note to Self, a show where we use AI in order to expedite the online money making process. And if you have yet to make money online, I'm looking forward to changing that. Um, so I will see you guys later.